Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. How are you today? Right. So yesterday, we have basically finished chapter 1. That means today we have to proceed with tutorial 2, atomic structure. I'm not going to concentrate on the theory so much. So basically, I'm going to concentrate more on calculation question so that you can proceed with more exercises after this. Right. Tutorial 2 is called atomic structure, basically because it deals with the subatomic particles. Yeah. Let's have a look at the calculation part. Okay, number one, if you can see on my screen here, okay, we are very concerned with the process of electrons shifting from one energy level to the other. Yeah. Okay, as we can see now, if this is hydrogen, the electron, okay, the electron is normally at n equals to 1. Yeah, n equals to 1. That means when it wants to shift to higher energy level, it needs to absorb certain energy. So say that this electron is here. It wants to shift to energy level number 2. Yes, it can happen. That electron needs to absorb certain amount of energy. And that energy is fixed. Okay, look at the first statement. It says, in order to shift to higher energy level or levels, electron must absorb energy and vice versa. Vice versa means electron will finally return to its original level, which is called the ground state. Yeah, ground state. So in order to return to its original energy level, the electron must emit certain energy. Remember, jump higher, absorb, okay? Return to lower energy levels, it needs to release energy. Now, what can we say about the energy difference between N1 and N2? Can this electron absorb just any amount of energy to go to N2? Cannot. The energy absorbed or released is quantized. What is the meaning of quantized? Quantized here means fixed. That means, say, for example, the difference between N1 and N2 is 20 joule, then it needs to absorb 20 joule. Then only it can jump to N2. If it absorbs or it has only 15, then it cannot jump at all. Yeah, that is the meaning of quantized. And energy is released in the form of photon or light, and the light is emitted in the form of line here. Yeah, and this line, when there are lots of lines like this or few lines, we call it line spectrum. All right, let's move on to the calculation part. Yeah, calculation part. There are few formulas that you need to know. Delta E equals to H nu. This is the first one here. Delta E is just the difference in energy. H nu. H is just Planck's constant. Where nu here refers to frequency. But we know that nu equals to c, where c is the speed of light. The value is normally 3 times 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, and lambda is the wavelength. wavelength. This wavelength is commonly expressed in the unit of nanometer. Yeah? But because we know nu is also c over lambda, then we can substitute in the original equation and we get delta E equals to hc over lambda. Now, the value of Planck's constant is given, yeah, in your um, appendix, yeah, together with your AR, relative atomic masses, and the value of Planck's constant is fixed. Normally, it is given as 6.63 times 10 to the power of negative 34 joule per second. Now, delta E here, all these formulas enable us to calculate the difference in energy when electron shifts. Okay, for electron movement, whether it shifts to higher energy level or lower energy level. Secondly, we have E here. This E is just energy, not difference in energy. Okay, electrons, okay, say that this is nucleus of hydrogen and electron is moving here. This electron contains certain amount of energy. And this energy can be calculated by using the formula negative RH over n squared, where n is the shell number. Whether it is n1, n equals to 1, n equals to 2, and so on. And RH here is the Rydberg constant. If you refer to your appendix, the Rydberg constant, the value is 2.18 times 10 to the power of negative 18. 2.18 times 10 to the power of negative 18. And equation number 3, as we can see down here, also concerns with delta E, right? Delta E equals to RH 1 over n final squared minus 1 over n initial squared. Now, this basically combines or allow us to calculate the difference in energy if we know the shell number for initial and final. Also concerns with the electron shift or electron movement. This RH value, as mentioned, is the Rydberg constant, which is 2.18 times 10 to the power of negative 18 joule. Okay, but another version of the formula, we can also relate this equation number 3 with equation number 1, and we get a new form of it, which is 1 over lambda equals to RH times 1 over nf squared minus 1 over ni squared, or it can be any n, as long as we get a positive value for wavelength. But the value of RH here is not the same RH as before. If we are calculating for lambda, the RH value is 1.097 times 10 to the power of 7. Right? Okay, I think we stop there. Okay, I will continue in the second video.